Roman Abramovich has been sanctioned by the UK government. Chelsea Football Club no longer belongs to Roman Abramovich. What does it mean? What's the long-term future of Chelsea Football Club? What's the short-term future of Chelsea Football Club? This is so many questions that I have, we all have, and ones that I'm not unfortunately going to be able to answer today. But what I do want to do is just give my opinion and give a little bit of perspective towards what exactly this means for Chelsea Football Club. One thing I want to start off with saying is that Chelsea Football Club is more than the men's squad. It's the academy, it's the ladies team, it is the people that work at Stamford Bridge on a daily basis in the megastore, doing security, doing stadium tours in the museum, people working at Cobham, people doing admin, people doing ticket sales. It is so much more than just the 11 players on the pitch and the subs. It's not just about Roman Abramovich, it is about a hell of a lot more. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a political person. I don't back either party, I'm not on the left, I'm not on the right. Genuine true story, I get my balloting paper every time we go into a general election. I walk into the booth, I draw a ginormous cock and balls, and I walk out again. That's generally what I do. I exercise my right to vote, but I don't believe in absolutely any of these people. I think they're all corrupt. So I don't vote. It's annoying that I don't vote. I wish I had someone to vote for, someone I generally believed in, but that's not the case. So there's no political agenda from me here about who I want to back, not back. Am I Labour? Am I Conservative? It's nothing to do with that. I don't care. I'm never going to care because they're all corrupt to me. So let's focus on Chelsea Football Club. Let's focus on Roman Abramovich, and let's focus on Michael that works in the club shop, that is going to uni, who's trying to pay with his 25-hour-a-week job, paid to get his way through uni, get himself a little bit of experience, get himself a little bit of cash in hand so he can go and live his life. Let's talk about Mary that works in the museum or in the ticketing department, who she goes to work every single day to deal with the tickets so she can go home to her kids, grandkids, at the weekend and do what she does, pay her rent and all that stuff. Chelsea Football Club have been sanctioned. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. Roman Abramovich has been sanctioned. Roman Abramovich being sanctioned, he's already lost Chelsea, he's already lost his villas, he's already lost his yachts and helicopters and all this other nonsense. But why then is it going to impact other people that are working at Chelsea? Because the club shop's already been shut, you can see here. It's already been shut down because they're not allowed to make any money from merchandise, which is fine. I understand the logic in that. But has the UK government come out and said that they are actually doing anything to guarantee all these people that their jobs are safe and they're going to continue to get their money? No, they haven't. They have not done anything like that. And will they? I'll be honest with you, I doubt it. Again, not a political person, but part of the reason is because they don't actually give a shit about all the people that are involved on a lower level. They are so focused on punishing one person in Vladimir Putin, so they're going to punish Abramovich, and then they're also going to punish people at Chelsea, but that's like collateral damage. That's how it comes across to me anyway, as a Chelsea fan. Now, I put out a tweet earlier, said, shall we run it back, and put a picture of the European Super League up there in the protest that I was part of at Stamford Bridge. It was fantastic. That day, we were protesting against a decision that our club made. And we got it overturned, and I'm very happy we did. But today, if we're going to go and have a protest, what are we protesting against? Because you protest against the UK government for taking Chelsea away, because we already knew that was going to happen anyway. That's not going to get given back to Abramovich. That will get sold, there will be a new owner, whether it be in 6 days' time, 6 weeks' time, 6 months' time, 6 years' time. There will be a new owner of Chelsea Football Club. I don't know who it's going to be. The UK government will have a better idea. The valuation is somewhere around 2.25 billion. The likelihood is it will go to an open auction, meaning that whoever it is can go and buy Chelsea Football Club. Okay, the UK government doesn't care who they sell it to. Roman Abramovich has to give permission for the UK government to go through with the sale, which might be a whole new thing altogether. I don't know that, but that's not what I'm worried about here today. If we're going to have a protest, probably ahead of the Newcastle game, we have to be doing it for the right reasons and with the right cause. We're not turning around and saying the government because they've taken Chelsea away from Roman. If that's the way they generally believe is the best way to punish Vladimir Putin, why, I have no idea. But if that's the way they generally believe, then they've done it. Fine. But what I have an issue with is that the people that work at Chelsea on a day-to-day basis, whose lives are going to be ruined, and they've also been punished purely due to who they work for, it doesn't make sense. Now, if you work for a company like Nike, let's say, for example, if they go bust, completely bust, that's on you. You know, that's just, unfortunately, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, but you still would get some sort of a payoff. You would be allowed a little bit of leeway in terms of your finances to allow you to keep on living. But that hasn't been the case here. The UK government has taken Chelsea off of Roman Abramovich, who would have been paying all the wages, all that stuff on a daily basis. Chelsea would have been a sustainable football club for large chunks, being able to do what they can do. Now, Chelsea's games against Norwich tonight for the men's team, and I think it's West Ham for the ladies' team tonight, are going ahead. It's already come out and said that on match days, going forward at Stamford Bridge, there will be no away fans and only season ticket holders can go because those purchases have already been made. I'm a season ticket holder, so I'll be at all the games for the rest of the season at home. Arsenal, Leicester, Wolves, West Ham and Watford, I think, are the games we've got left. I'm going to be there. But there's also got to be staff there to accommodate me and all the other 25,000 people, Chelsea fans, that are going to be there, season ticket holders that are going to be there. So on those days, these people were still going to get their money. That's fine, you know, the event staff and the security teams and all that stuff, they're still going to get their money, they're still going to get paid. They probably sign up, that's part of the deal they get. They'll probably work at a number of other places as well. They work for a subcontract company and whatever. But what about Chelsea's actual own staff? What about the people that work in the club shop? Well, the club shop can't make any money, so there's no point of it being open. So they ain't going to get paid. Unless they can find something else for them to do around Chelsea Football Club. But again, then who's paying them? UK government haven't come out and said that they're going to pay him. They ain't going to look after him. The UK government's only said that Chelsea's up for sale. That's the only thing they've even mentioned about it. So you're then getting people in the club shop who are going to miss out on wages. People who work in the ticket office because you can't sell tickets. Is that then a whole department of people that are going to get laid off and sacked? Shouldn't be. They've done nothing wrong. No, you know, I get that there's sometimes you get cuts and people have been laid off and whatever. I get that. But these people have done nothing wrong. The UK government has meant that these people are going to miss out on their jobs, but then they haven't actually guaranteed them any sort of support or financial security when they're taking over Chelsea Football Club. So I don't get what foot the government have to stand on here. It's wrong. It's 100% wrong. So if we are going to protest and we are going to kick up a fuss about it, which I do think we should do it in the right way to make sure Chelsea's name is a good one still. We did very well with the Super League protest last year. We did very, very well indeed. There was a little bit of trouble, but nothing too drastic in terms of, you know, the whole Chelsea Football Club name. But what can we do as fans right now to continue to be the driving force that Chelsea have been in terms of, you know, on the front foot in terms of dealing with anti-Semitism and discrimination? You know, we've done that as a club. Again, as a club, this is a whole club. This isn't purely Roman Abramovich. This is people in the ticket office, people working for the charity, the foundation, people working behind the scenes, all that stuff. There's a very vast effort that's gone on to make Chelsea a sustainable club, a good club, an ethical club, and just everything done right. Chelsea fans have got to continue that because that's what we've worked towards for 20 years and longer. We had a horrible reputation in the 80s. Certain people love it, I'm sure. But those people are being phased out of football. We've done so well in the last 30 years, 35 years, whatever it's been, to get away from previous reputations and where we are as a club. And we're still doing more. And of course, there is always more and more to do. But you have to realise if we are going to protest and we're going to be angry, let's be angry at the right people for the right reasons. Because Chelsea Football Club has done incredibly well over the last 20 years, especially since Roman Abramovich came in. And the UK government want to punish Roman Abramovich for his links with Putin. Fine. I can't say that I know all the ins and outs. I can't. I'd be lying to you all. But what I do know is that if you do punish Roman Abramovich, you're going to punish all the innocent people at Chelsea whose lives are going to be turned upside down. And that's not what the UK government wants to do, but yet they're doing nothing about it. So questions have to be asked. They do have to be asked. And again, Chelsea is just more than the people on the pitch and the people that work at the club. It's the fans. How many members would go to Chelsea every single week now won't be allowed to go purely for the reason that they can't get a ticket. They're not being allowed to buy a ticket. In terms of the mental health, that might be their escape. Going to football might be their escape every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. Might be their escape to go to football, maybe go to an away game and just have a good day out with the lads or with the girls or whatever it be. They can't do that now. So don't try and punish all the people involved in Chelsea Football Club when you're just trying to punish one person for their links with another person. Chelsea Football Club is bigger than one man. And you'll realise that very quickly when you sell the club for likely £2.5–3 billion, because there will be some sort of a bidding war, I'm sure. Don't impact Chelsea fans and the way that they go about their lives, because it is so important, especially at times like these as well, with all the negativity going on in the world. Mental health is vastly important. And the mental health of the people that work at the club shops, people that work in the museum, people that work around the stadium as well, burger bars and Wilco's in bloody Fulham Broadway Station and Sainsbury's and whatever. Those staff, they're stakeholders essentially in Chelsea Football Club because their lives revolve around Chelsea. That's fact. You know, they're not shareholders, but they are stakeholders. What goes on in their lives is impacted by Chelsea Football Club and by fans now not going to games. There's so much more to think about than just taking away Chelsea Football Club from Roman Abramovich. And I get, if you don't want to give it back to him, you don't want to give it back to him. But don't impact the lives of people around the game. People that make the game run. That's just stupid. It's immoral. These people have done absolutely nothing wrong, but they're being punished for a war that's going on thousands and thousands of miles away that we all want to support. We all want to help the Ukrainian effort and get out of this horrible regime that Vladimir Putin has Russia in. We all want that. We all want it. We want peace in this world. But yet you're going to then shaft the people who want peace to try and get at one person. Vladimir Putin don't care what happens with Chelsea Football Club. He doesn't care. So why punish all of us? Why punish people that are just trying to live their lives in peace? I don't understand it. I really don't. I want to do everything we can to hopefully help the war effort in Ukraine and get out of this horrible regime that Putin has Russia in, because there's Russians that I know that don't want this war, and there's Ukrainians that we all know don't want this war. We all want peace, apart from one person. So yet Mary that works in the club shop at Stamford Bridge is going to suffer because one person's an idiot. So if we are going to protest anything, Chelsea fans, make sure we do it in the right way and make sure our efforts are towards one person. I don't think we're going to have a massive, European Super League style protest again. I don't think we will. But if we're going to protest, if you're going to be annoyed, protest and be annoyed for the right reasons. This decision impacts so many people's lives. It is so much bigger than just Roman Abramovich. And just think of people like you and me that want to go about their daily lives, do their business, crack on, have a bit of fun, and just be happy and be peaceful. Because that's what the UK government right now are risking. Unless they come out and say anything different, they may come out and say we're going to pay them all in full. I don't know that. But I'll be honest with you, I don't bank on that being the case. It's true. Sorry, it is. I don't bank on the UK government doing anything. I really don't. So again, Chelsea fans, if you want to be frustrated, if you want to be annoyed, the future of Chelsea Football Club, we may be successful, we may not be successful. Our job as fans is to support and enjoy whatever product is put on the pitch. Try and do what we can. Football is about so much more than winning and losing. People are going to probably hate that, but it is true. It's about so much more than winning and losing. I sound like Ted Lasso. But I'm here to deal with what I can deal with and what I can help towards. Chelsea frustrations. If you are to be frustrated towards the government for impacting innocent people's lives here in the UK, putting their jobs at risk because they want to punish one man half the world away, and they believe the best way to do that is to sanction Roman Abramovich. I'm not condoning anything that Russia does. Maybe Roman Abramovich is heavily involved in, the efforts with Putin. I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't care. What I care about is the innocent people whose lives are going to be turned upside down because the UK wants to one person in Vladimir Putin Why are you going to ruin other people's lives because of it? I agree, he needs to go 100%. But think about the innocent people that are just trying to do their fucking jobs. Jesus, man. Come on. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming. Chelsea Football Club, as a family, we need to do more. Just make sure that people at the club who are doing some fantastic work on a day-to-day basis aren't having their lives turned upside down.